A shooting has sent one man to the hospital. His current condition and where shots rang out. And amid the 4th of July celebrations, a family is in mourning after their teenage son drowned. What police are saying about this deadly incident. You're waking up to warm temperatures this morning across Green Country. You can see sunny skies in South Tulsa. Kerrigan Chauvin will have your forecast in just a moment.
2 Works for You starts now.
Good morning. Thank you for waking up with us on 2 Works for You. I'm Jane Hawkins. Giselle Puente is out for the weekend. For a quick look at our forecast, let's turn things over to meteorologist Kerrigan Chauvin. Good morning, Kerrigan.
Good morning, Jane. Well, we are tracking some patchy areas of cloud cover for this morning. Mix of sun and clouds out here in the metro, but on our visible satellite, we can see some denser cloud cover as we look to our south toward the I-40 region. But taking a live look out in our Brookside camera, seeing a little bit of both out here right now. This is all part of our Dave's Clamor RV Weather Camera Network. Overall, calm conditions for your Sunday morning, and it's a pretty nice start to your day as well. Let's look at those temperatures. Right now, we're sitting at 80 degrees here in Tulsa. A pretty warm start. Okmulgee at 77, McAllister also at that 80-degree mark. Check out Ponca City, 85 degrees as we head into our 10 o'clock hour for today. Going into this afternoon, can't rule out an isolated shower or thunderstorm. As we go ahead and take a look at our future track radar, we see those populate throughout the region as we head into later this afternoon and into the start of your evening. During the overnight, we do have a bit of a lull. Monday morning, could see 1 or 2 of those showers and thunderstorms redevelop as well, something that we'll be keeping a close eye on. As we look at our live camera once again, it's all part of our Dave's Clamor RV Weather Camera Network. 80 degrees, calm winds. It's a little muggy out there. Dew points in the lower 70s.
New this morning, a man is in the hospital after a shooting behind the New York Cafe Hookah Lounge near 51st and Memorial. Tulsa police say they got a call around 3 a.m. about someone being shot in the parking lot behind that lounge. Police say they're currently looking for the shooting suspect. The victim is expected to be okay. This morning, a family is in mourning after a tragic holiday incident. A 15-year-old boy is dead after drowning in an Oklahoma County lake near Memorial and Westminster. Yesterday morning, Oklahoma City police received a call about a drowning involving a 15-year-old boy. Officials arrived to the scene and recovered the body. Authorities tried to rescue the teen, but by the time they got there, it was too late. Officials say he recently had turned 15. We'll keep you up to date on this story. And now this incident is a tragedy and a stark reminder that the number of drownings is increasing throughout the summer in our state. This has lake officials warning and reminding families to take water safety seriously. The Army Corps of Engineers says there have already been 15 recreational deaths in Tulsa District just this year alone, and they say those deaths could have been prevented with a life jacket.
We've had 15 recreational fatalities across our district this year, which is 15 too many, so we're hoping to get the message out to practice water safety so we don't repeat those sorts of tragedies this weekend. 90% of our drowning victims are not wearing a life jacket, so we could reduce drownings by 90% if everyone would consistently wear their life jacket.
The Corps will be out on boat patrols throughout the rest of the weekend looking for any safety violations. In other news, the Oklahoma State Department of Health is reminding you to social distance and to wear a mask in public as 580 new cases have been reported. That brings Oklahoma's total cases to more than 15,000. Thankfully, no new deaths were reported. That current number sits at 398. Many Oklahomans are feeling a bit more patriotic this morning after coming together for Boomfest in Jenks. The event yesterday had fun activities for the kids, live performances, and of course, fireworks. And our very own Mike Brooks and Mike Courier were out there having a great time with their families. And you might have caught sports anchor Jacob Toby because he was one of those performers last night. Officials say that the Jenks Briggs was closed during the fireworks and it opened back up during midnight after the show was over. And speaking of fireworks, if you have any left over you plan on firing off tonight, officials are reminding Tulsans that it is still illegal to have or set off fireworks within Tulsa city limits, and you can get a ticket if you're caught. However, if you live in places like Sand Springs, Broken Arrow, and Claremore, they're among the few communities that let you do that, but you do require to have a permit to do so. And if you're in one of those legal areas and you still want to have some more fireworks fun, tomorrow is the last day. You can buy supplies at Castle of Muskogee annual fireworks sale in store and online. They say that they're sweetening the deal by offering you a free Halloween festival ticket if you purchase $75 worth of products or more. Today is the last day for exchanges and returns on items, and the Castle of Muskogee will be open today and tomorrow from 10 a.m. until 9 p.m. And with personal fireworks, please keep in mind that our hot, dry conditions have the potential to turn a fun holiday weekend into an unforgettable ending for all the wrong reasons. 2 Works for You's Sierra Pizarro warns us about fireworks and grass fires on hot days.
While thousands of people across the country get ready to light these, fire departments are standing by.
Our call volume for grass fires really increases here.
They're usually contained in small yards, but wind has a say in how large a fire can get.
If we have really high wind conditions, which thankfully today we don't have really high wind conditions, that really exacerbates and makes the fire conditions spread a lot faster.
What we do have right now is a dry climate.
Fireworks and a drought, friends or foes?
If not taken seriously, it can definitely be a foe.
We've gotten some rain, not enough to dampen the fire risk.
You know, the name of the game is just use some common sense, be careful, and have fun.
That means making sure to set fireworks off from concrete or bare dirt and well away from homes and brush.
And be mindful of not only the nearby areas where you're shooting them off, but also some wind drift and areas where the fireworks may go.
Captain James Yoder says sparks can travel a great distance, and if you didn't know, in Bartlesville there's a no firework ordinance. They're also illegal in the city of Tulsa. I'm Sierra Pizarro, 2 Works for You.
Another reminder, if you're planning on lighting leftover fireworks today, fire experts are warning you to be careful if you've been lathering on that hand sanitizer amid coronavirus concerns. Remember that some hand sanitizers contain alcohol and can be flammable. One expert says if it catches on your hands, those flames could easily cause some serious burns.
We see a lot of firework injuries on a yearly basis, regardless of having hand sanitizer on their hands. So this year in particular, with everything with COVID and people taking the appropriate precautions, which is important, keeping their hands clean. This year, if you're using fireworks and have your hands covered in a alcohol-based substance like hand sanitizer, it can be very flammable and cause some pretty significant burns pretty easily.
Even though alcohol does evaporate quickly, experts recommend you wait a bit before lighting up anything. Looking ahead to tomorrow, Tulsa Public Schools Summer Cafe is continuing to feed students all summer long. Starting this Monday, the district will be offering super meals at 5 different locations. They're on your screen there. The summer meal service will be available Monday through Thursday from 5 to 6 p.m. District leaders say they will also still continue operating their current grab-and-go meal sites and mobile meal bus stops throughout the summer. Children 18 and younger can pick up that free meal following at the schools that are on your screen. And also happening tomorrow, the Tulsa City County Library is preparing to reopen at all of their locations. On Monday, libraries will be open for express service, including curbside or in-library holds pickup. And officials say in order to keep everybody safe, social distancing will be enforced and all visitors are required to wear a mask. Computers will also be available, but for only a 30-minute time limit. All returns will be placed in a 72-hour quarantine before they're allowed to be checked out again. If you're looking for something to keep your child engaged while kids are still out of school right now, the summer reading program at the Tulsa City County Library is welcoming all kids and adults. You have until July 31st to read a number of books and earn different prizes and enter some raffles. The theme this year is Imagine Your Story. Now, due to the pandemic, the program will be primarily online, but you can check out books either curbside or check out ebooks as well. They're going to be giving away $50 gift cards, iPads, and so much more. So we've got the link for you to register on the library website, on our website, KJRH.com. Now, with just a month left of summer break, we're starting to get a better look at the future of classrooms during the pandemic. Now, Tulsa parents and students, the district is set to start class on August 31st, but for a specific plan, that depends on the pandemic. If COVID-19 cases stay low, your students will be back in the classroom. Another option is a hybrid scenario with in-person learning every day except on Wednesdays, where students will learn virtually. But if cases continue to increase, the district could go back in shifts or be 100% virtual.
Yeah, dreading, but like anticipating and dreading. But throughout this whole thing, I think the thing that's been most uncomfortable for everyone is just the uncertainty. We have no idea, and it's so unprecedented that there's no way for us to know the best plan of action.
School year is set to end on June 8th in 2021. An evening at a nightclub turned deadly, where police say a gunshot sent multiple people to the hospital. Stay with us. You're watching 2 Works for You. It's Sunday morning.
Now, 2 Works for You weather.
We have a really nice day on tap for us here in Green Country. Temperatures rising into those lower 90s for us this afternoon. We can't rule out an isolated shower or a thunderstorm once again for today. It's just that kind of pattern that's going to be setting up for us for today and tomorrow as well. Otherwise, 92 forecasted high for us here in Tulsa. Check out these dew points in those 70s, even seeing mid to upper 70s in some locations. Look at Okmulgee, 76 degrees for a dew point. So that is pushing that miserable range as you head out the door. So if you're heading out for that morning run, really not going to take much at all before you start breaking a sweat. Temperatures are near 80 throughout the region. Callister at 80 degrees, Okmulgee 78, Tulsa here at 80 degrees, and Bartlesville 81 for this morning. Now, as we go ahead and take a look at our future track radar this afternoon, we are tracking the development of some isolated showers and thunderstorms throughout the area. These will be, again, rather straight to isolated, so not everyone going to be seeing rainfall as we head into later this afternoon and into the start of your early evening hours. As we go into later on tonight, a bit of a lull, and then redevelopment as we head into our Monday morning. This is 7 a.m. We could see 1 or 2 isolated thunderstorms early for your Monday morning commute, as well as some cloud cover going to be mainly to the south of the metro along the I-40 region. Otherwise, things are going to clear up as we head into your afternoon. We'll be back to those mix of sun and clouds for our sky conditions, and then those chances for isolated to stray showers throughout the area. Going into your Monday evening, same story goes, just dealing with 1 or 2 of those patchy showers throughout the area, otherwise staying dry. And then Monday night, again, just dealing with a mix of clear skies with a few passing clouds. As we look at our 24-hour rainfall totals, saw about an inch of rain here in Tulsa. That hefty little thunderstorm that made its way through the metro yesterday, providing some much needed rainfall for many. As we go ahead and take a look at our rain chances for this upcoming week, they remain low for our Sunday and for our Monday as well. Not tracking much in terms of rainfall for the middle of our week. Thursday, we do see a little bit of an uptick in our rain chances as we head into the afternoon and evening once again. Friday and Saturday looks to remain dry but hot. We are planning a big warm up to come as we head throughout the end of this week. As we go ahead and shift gears toward the tropics, we do have Tropical Depression 5. The only people who are going to have to worry about that, well, not people, I should say, the fish are going to have to worry about that, is just heading out to sea as we go into the start of our week. Well, a little bit closer to home, we are tracking a wide area of low pressure that's going to be sitting off just off the coast of Louisiana and northern Gulf of Mexico there. This is going to continue to develop and travel along the Gulf Coast and into the Carolinas, providing some heavy rainfall for them. But for us, as we head throughout the end of this week, we will be tracking those high temperatures pushing triple digits. We'll be in the upper 90s by the time we hit our Friday and Saturday. So dangerous heat could be on the way for us here in Green Country. So stay safe as we head throughout the end of this upcoming work week. Looking at our 7-day forecast here, going to be a great afternoon to head out to the pool. Going to be in the lower 90s for today, tomorrow, Tuesday as well. As we head throughout the end of this week, that's whenever that warm-up's taking place. Going to be near 99 on your Saturday.
Thank you, Kerrigan. At least 2 people are dead and 8 others injured after a shooting at a South Carolina club. Police say around 2 a.m. officers got a shots fired call from the Lavish Lounge in Greenville County. So far, the victims' names have not been released. Officials say there was a large concert inside the club at the time of the shooting. No one has yet been arrested. Scientists are working on a new way to catch COVID. A look at the new wireless device just ahead. Stick around. You're watching 2 Works for You this Sunday morning. 2 Utah professors are working on a breakthrough tool to help diagnose patients safely during this COVID-19 pandemic. Jordan Hogan has more on what it is and how it works.
COVID-19 is changing the way we do a lot of things, and one of those things include how you get treatment from a doctor. Craig Nuttall, a nursing professor at Brigham Young University, says he also works in an emergency room when he's not teaching, and he has found that using a regular stethoscope is almost impossible when he's equipped with personal protective equipment.
I'd been working with Dr. Tang on this digital stethoscope for another project in India, and I thought this is the perfect application for this.
Using an existing open source 3D printed model, Nuttall worked with Chia-Chi Tang, an IT professor at BYU, to create a digital stethoscope. It works with an app to live stream or record a patient's heartbeat at a range of 50 feet to a pair of Bluetooth headphones or a speaker. The patient would hold it up to points on their chest under the direction of a doctor or nurse. Tang says another great thing about this is it's easy to assemble.
So I'll start by taking the headpiece. One key component is this tiny microphone, and we have a 3D part design, just the right size that you can slip in this microphone. You just connect this microphone piece with the head, and then you have this cable, a TRRS, and then plugged into your phone. Then you're set.
Both professors admit that while digital stethoscopes have existed for some time, they are expensive. So this is a low-cost way to make them for doctors across the country and around the world.
I've been using this over the past month as I've worked in the emergency department on several patients. I use it on any patient that has COVID-like symptoms. It's kept us safe.
Nuttall says in addition to protecting healthcare staff, he wants the digital stethoscope to be used for things like telemedicine, treating patients in isolation, and in developing countries that don't have access to healthcare.
As the unemployment rate goes up, one woman is now in luck. After the break, how she found a job amid the pandemic after being unemployed for 15 years. Stay with us. You're watching 2 Works for You this Sunday morning. This coronavirus pandemic is forcing many companies to come up with new ways to make it possible to work remotely. Alicia Neves introduces us to one woman who says that all of these changes has her working for the first time in more than 15 years.
While many people lost their jobs over the past few months,
hi, how can I help you?
For some people, the pandemic caused a scenario that made it easier to find work. LaShonda Garner is one of those people.
In my situation, I was out of work for 16 years.
After nearly 2 decades, Garner found a work-from-home job at the start of the pandemic.
As soon as I got the job, I was thrilled. I was like, oh my God, I can actually do something past my disability.
Garner suffers from severe PTSD and anxiety that makes it difficult to work in a traditional work environment.
In my case, there's certain sounds, there's certain smells, there's different things that trigger your anxiety or depression. And when I'm at home, I can limit those things.
While previously work-from-home options were limited, during forced business closures and stay-at-home orders, the U.S. saw a surge in work-from-home jobs, especially call center positions.
The pandemic struck. All of the call centers had to send their agents home, and this is worldwide. And this is something that never happened before. And some of the agents that were sent home in India, the Philippines, and China didn't have the infrastructure in order to do those jobs.
Alan Hubbard is with the National Telecommuting Institute, which helps people with disabilities work from home.
All right, whenever you're ready.
LaShonda is actually one of many people with disabilities who have been able to find work-from-home jobs and thrive in that environment in the past few months. The company that helped her, NTI, has actually been able to place nearly 200 other people in the last 6 weeks, when typically they only are able to place about 50 people a month.
And that's what the pandemic has done. It's opened up this opportunity for these folks.
Hubbard is working with a dozen companies looking to hire another 240 people, while LaShonda is thriving in her current role
and hoping her story inspires others.
Fight for what you want because you will eventually get it. It may take you, hopefully not 16 years like me, but you will end up getting it.
I'm Alicia Nieves reporting.
And the expiration date, please.
A man has made the ultimate fashion statement, all while keeping COVID away. How? Just ahead. Stay with us.
And it's going to be another warm one here in Green Country. We are tracking a couple of showers, though, popping up on radar this morning.
As the spread of COVID-19 continues in this state, we have the latest number of cases in Oklahoma. And the fight to win over Tulsa continues. Governor Stitt's comments on the CEO's recent visit. Plus, we're one day away from Muskogee making history, where the city's first black mayor will be sworn in.
2 Works for You starts now.
Happy Sunday morning. I'm Dane Hawkins. Giselle Puente is off for the weekend. Thank you for waking up with 2. To tell us more about today's forecast, let's go to meteorologist Kerrigan Chauvin. Good morning.
Well, we are already seeing some